Okay, back here with Granger. And last time I talked with Granger, we talked about how we went to the Forum. And then the next day, where did we go?
The Roman Colosseum.
So if you get tickets to the Forum and the Colosseum, it's actually, you get a 2-for-1, and you can go on 2 separate days, but you can't re-enter. So if you go to the Forum on one day, you can't re-enter the Forum the next day, or vice versa with the Colosseum. But you can split them up
Into 2 separate days.
And the 2 times I've done it before, I did them both in the same day, which it's comfortable to do in the same day, but it makes a long day. And so this time we decided to split up. We did the Forum one day and then the Colosseum the next day. And if you have the time and can do it that way, I would recommend doing it that way, especially because if you want to do the Colosseum, you got to wake up early to get there and beat the crowds, already have your ticket in hand, and then you get the Colosseum pretty much to yourself for a while.
For the first 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, 15 minutes maybe. And it's not to yourself, but there's so much fewer people there.
You could find a little spot and it would be just you for a little bit.
And we were able to do that. Take some pictures and just be by ourselves.
Take the first 15 minutes on ground level and see all those things up there. Then you can go up top, and then there's not even that many people there. And it ends up, you get like 30 minutes.
And also being there in the morning, it was way cooler because it was so hot the day before in the Forum, and the next day in the Colosseum, it wasn't too bad because we got up early.
And there's a lot more shade.
A lot more shade, and we missed the crowds. But what'd you think of the Colosseum?
It was amazing.
That's another one of your highlights, right?
It was. This one didn't exceed my expectations, but my expectations were like so high for it already that it would have to be like the Colosseum and a trip to the moon to beat it.
To beat it.
It was amazing.
But it met your expectations, you think?
Met it, for sure. It was amazing.
Just
and it's standing, like half of it is still original preserved. And you can see all the like foundation under where all the gladiators and all the action was happening, like behind the scenes. And it amazes me how they just like had the technology to do all of that.
They were pretty ingenious, huh?
It was
lions popping up out of the middle of the arena.
You can see where they had like elevators, pulley systems.
Yeah.
In between things, they would change scenery,
like a big play.
So next thing you know, it could go from the sands where the gladiators are fighting to
like palm trees coming out or whatever.
A forest where the hunter's hunting the beast.
Yeah.
Funny fact. Did you know the Latin word for sands is arena?
Yeah, it's also how
learned
you say
that from Rick
sand
Steves.
In Spanish, arena.
Oh.
So pretty interesting, arena, because they covered the bottom floor with 9 inches of sand.
9?
That's what he said.
9.
According to Rick Steves. We did the Rick Steves tour there. Again, free audio guide, Rick Steves. We always promote that for others, not obviously for Rick Steves. He's probably doing fine, but it's just such a great way to get more out of your travel. So check that out. And we probably spent about 2 hours there just walking through the Colosseum. It is such a fascinating building to think of them building a building that big with the technology they had back then. Of course, they had all the free slave labor that they needed.
That definitely.
It was built in only 10 years. That is crazy.
10 years, and it said the first 8 years they had just had oxen going back and forth 24 hours a day, just getting the stone together.
Yeah, I think that was the first 4 years, but
4.
Whatever. Anyway, and then they did do a little addition about 150 years later, 200 years later, or something like that. But it's a fascinating building. It's also fascinating to think, and sad and a little morbid to think how many people were killed there, how many animals were killed there for entertainment. I don't know how I feel about that. I guess I know I don't like it. But even still, it's just fascinating to be there.
Building's cool.
And look at the building and marvel at their engineering feats and spend a day with your family or by yourself or with someone you are traveling with. I hope you get a chance to do it someday. Definitely
highly recommend.
Fully recommended. I know it seems maybe a little cliche because that's what you think of when you think of Rome.
It's like going to the Eiffel Tower in Paris.
You got to do it just at least once. So
at least once. More than once, in my opinion.
Yeah. Anyway, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a great day as you live
your journey.
Thanks. Bye.